everyone. Thank you for joining today's session on Gmail sponsored promotions. My name is Zinda and I work here in Google Dublin team for the Baltics team. And I'm joined by my colleague Laura, who is a product specialist here as well.
Hi, everyone.
Today we're going to talk about Gmail sponsored promotions, which is one of the most commonly asked questions from our advertisers. And we're going to talk about best practices and things that are really worth knowing. So let's dive right into it. So speaking about today's agenda, we will briefly cover Gmail sponsored promotions, how they look like, and what are the things worth knowing. We will also talk about ways how to create this type of campaign, as well as best practices and tips. We will include 2 case studies that are that have achieved impressive results, so also good learning opportunity for you guys. And in the end, we will also mention a way how to ask for this beta feature enabled, because it's still not available fully for all advertisers and it's still in beta stage. So let's start with Gmail ads overview.
All right. So I'm just going to go through a quick overview of the Gmail ads and what it is. And so pretty much it's a type of email marketing. So email marketing is most commonly used to build loyalty, generate awareness, and drive revenue and acquire new customers and leads. So you can see as from this slide that these are the most popular reasons of email marketing. So why to use Gmail sponsored promotions? So Gmail sponsored promotions provide a new and innovative way to connect with customers through Gmail. So you can use these high-impact message-like ad formats along with innovative targeting and provide relevant and engaging ad experiences. So what can you do with the Gmail sponsored promotions? So one thing is building awareness. So you can help your customers recognize and remember your brand. Also influence consideration. You can customize messaging based on audience to capture interest. You can drive sales, send interested users to a specific point in purchase cycle, and also grow loyalty and retention. Yeah, so the next thing, how it actually works. So Gmail sponsored promotions allow you to target actual users and not cookies. So we are using sophisticated targeting signals. And users are shown a teaser creative at the top of this promotions tab that you can see in your Gmail. So the teaser opens, and this is an expanded ad that can be designed to promote a variety of goals, including embedded forms or video. And advertisers can also include links to their external site, at Marketplace, or actually click to call. So basically, the user interest is gained with this teaser ad. And then once a teaser is clicked, then your expanded ad opens up. And advertisers are charged on a cost per click basis. So when they click on the teaser unit to open and read the larger message unit. So it's the same as AdWords campaigns, and all forms of payments are going to be supported if the Gmail feature is enabled in your client's AdWords account. And there's one important thing that there is frequency capping. So basically, when a message ad is selected for a user, it is shown to a user until either a frequency cap is up to 4 impressions a week, or either they have clicked on a teaser, they dismiss it, either from the teaser or in the main message, or they save it to their inbox or forward to a friend. So that's saving in their sent messages. Yeah, so what are the key benefits? And Gmail sponsored promotions provide relevant messages. So optimum delivery, the frequency capping that I just mentioned. So it maximizes how often users see your ad, and that's up to 4 times a week. Different effective formats, and you can get really creative with these. Standard AdWords pricing. So before, some of the agencies who have already used these Gmail sponsored promotions as a part of beta on a separate platform, they would know that these accounts how to have invoicing. So now this is going to be available for other advertisers that you're managing if you're an agency. So you can have also just usual electronic payments. and also high performance, because we have already observed higher and better performance compared to other display placements. So GSP offered a unique creative canvas. So as I mentioned, you can really get creative there. And with this Gmail sponsored promotions, you can take advantage of different flexible creative canvas to craft the perfect engaging ad experiences. And you can just use these ads to deliver relevant messages to your users. And we also support HTML formats. And you can have ads that are up to 650 pixels wide. So you can use images, lead forms, and content to make engaging ads that captivate users. And there's also video capability, and you can have just like rich sight and sound experiences. So the options are various. The next thing that I would want to show you is the features that are available as part of AdWords. So not all the features that AdWords has are going to be compatible with the Gmail ads, but this is still in beta, as Indra was already mentioning, and our teams are working hard to improve and add new things. So things are changing. So just reach out to us for any updates if you would be interested. But at this moment, the features available as part of AdWords is ad scheduling, the credit card billing, and self-service billing features. So as I mentioned, electronic payments, local time zone reporting, so you wouldn't have to rely on US time zones. So this was the case before. And now you can have also bid adjustments in ad group and campaign level. There's going to be a little difference because little more detailed things how you split it, because all targeting will be at the ad group level. It's the same as with display, and you will be able to use device level bid modifiers. So that's going to be in campaign and ad group level. The good thing is that client-centered conversion tracking support. This was quite popular feature that was asked from our advertisers before. Area of interest location targeting, so this is going to be available as well. So that is when you're choosing the people are searching for or viewing pages about the targeted location. A couple of more things: conversion optimizer, and also Google Analytics auto tagging, and just like campaign optimizer. Value track parameters, so that's for external clicks only. So that would refer for different types of tracking, and this was also a common question from our advertisers and agencies. So we're just adding new features one at a time, and we're really hoping to improve and add more in the future. So the targeting. The targeting would differ from the targeting that was available before. That's just like for reference for those who have used Gmail sponsored promotions from the separate platform. So what is available now when the feature is available in AdWords? So here it's age, gender, geographic and language targeting, devices, topics and affinity, as well as keyword and domain. So the ones which are put together are kind of you will have to add these features in the same within the same tab within AdWords interface. So demographic targeting uses a mix of declared, that means when people sign up for Gmail, and inferred data. And language is based on the user selected Gmail interface language. So the best practice would be that language of the ad should match the campaign language targeting. So if you would have a different languages, you would want to create new campaigns for that for each device. The ad can show everywhere: desktop, Android, and our iOS targeting. And for desktop only campaign, you would select desktop. And for mobile only campaign, you would select Android and iOS. So for location, it's IP-based geo-targeting, and different user attributes. So this is quite important, because user attribute targeting is based on message body of the last few hundred non-spam emails, and this actually includes archived and deleted emails. As for the keywords, now when you are choosing the keywords, you would have to put them in the keywords tab, like when you're using where you're choosing them, and the same will apply to domains. Beforehand, you had an opportunity to add domains separately, but now you will be adding these domains as a keywords in the AdWords interface. So with the domains, you can target users who have specific domains in their inbox. This usually means that they are on a specific mailing lists. For example, target users that have your domain in the message body of recent emails to upsell to existing users, or exclude your domain so that you target new users. And no, the domain targeting looks for the domain in the actual email message, not the sender name or email address. So yeah, that is a very important thing to actually keep in mind. Topics. So before we had interests. So now all of this is going to be in one place in AdWords interface. So that's going to be in the topics section. And topics are based on keywords in users' active inbox. Yeah, so and then Indra is going to go through steps how to create the Gmail ad campaign. There's going to be some details, so just take a note of it.
So once you have the feature enabled in your AdWords account, you would be able to create a specific type of campaign that would enable you to show your ads under the Gmail sponsored promotions. So to start with the campaign, you would, of course, enter the campaign name and then choosing the type, which would be display network only campaign. We recommend to choose all features because then you would be able to select specific targeting for these type of campaigns. So when it comes to locations, of course, you choose the ones that you want to target. And moving on, you would be able to select the bidding strategy. However, if you're willing to use the ad schedule, it would only work if you choose the manual bidding. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. When it comes to rotation, of course, you can choose different ways how to target. So we can either go for optimizing for clicks or for conversions, rotate evenly, or rotate indifferently. Good thing to know is that your campaign would only show to the user maximum 4 times. So it wouldn't show more than 4. A few more things to add in the section would be selecting the daily budget. So because now this interface is moved in the AdWords interface, it's much easier to control your daily budgets as well as your invoices. So the spend that you have for Gmail ads, it would be part of your AdWords account, which makes it easier to control and easier to choose daily budgets. Next step would be selecting the placement. So to be able to have your campaigns showing in the Gmail platform, you would need to type mail.google.com in the box once you select the placements button. You can add also multiple placements at once. However, if you want to target Gmail, that's the thing you would need to select. When it comes to aggressive or conservative targeting, we recommend to choose the conservative one because that would show your ads evenly, whereas aggressive one will try to show the ads very frequently. However, since we know that it's maximum 4 times that the ad can potentially show, selecting conservative targeting is a bit better of idea. Then moving on, you would be able to select the ads. So under Ad Gallery, you would be able to see new type of format, which is Gmail ads. So click on that, and then you would be able to choose from 3 different templates that are already prepared and ready to use. So choose the one that best describes your product, and one of them can be single clickable image, as well as single product promotion, or multiple products if you would like to advertise a few of those. It's always good to advertise special kind of promotions, special ideas, because that's the ones that people are more willing to click on and that grabs their attention. You're also able to actually include the already designed HTML file if you're willing to do so, which also has a bit more functionality, so you can include a form already in the email template. So instead of going for those, you would be able to select the custom HTML one and just add it as type of ad gallery. And moving on, when it comes to different kind of metrics, you can customize columns and see a variety of different statistics that AdWords platform has. So for example, you can see the metrics for how many emails were saved, forwarded, how many Gmail clicks were brought to the website due to this type of campaign. And when it comes to best practices and tips, Laura will share a few of them with you right now.
Yeah, so it's very important to customize a Gmail sponsor promotion strategy based on your client goals. So here I put two of the main ones, right? So it's finding new customers or re-engaging with the existing customers. So so as I mentioned, Gmail sponsor promotions are part email marketing, part display campaign extension. So the first thing to understand when building a strategy with your clients is what they are trying to accomplish. So what kind of users are they trying to reach, and how do they wish to interact with them? So with regards to finding new customers, if the aim of the campaign is to bring new customers, it is easy to exclude an advertiser domain to prevent the GSP from reaching users who already receive email marketing. And you can use demographic and affinity audiences and or keywords to reach the right audience. And you can also try targeting similar and or complementary domains to reach potential customers. And in terms of re-engaging with the existing customers, GSP are a great way to engage with those. So you can use domain targeting to reach users that already have a relationship with that specific advertiser. And as Indra mentioned before, that it's very good to always offer something to these customers. Give them reason to come back and buy, and also upsell or cross-sell. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if you already sold them something, you can always try to upsell some additional product. So the best practices in terms of targeting. So there are two campaign focuses that I would want to suggest you to try. So first you go broad, and then you just narrow the approach. So first of all, you may try campaigns with a more generic approach. So if you have a different targeting, then I would suggest creating different ad groups for each of the targeting types. Ad groups could be with keywords, let's say real estate, home, and domains and affinity audiences, plus conversion optimizer. And then maybe the campaigns with more granular approach, you can use ad groups with keywords, real estate type, real estate plus city, domains, and in-market segments. So you have to remember that GSP keywords have broad match types. So, and the tip could be use this performance data from more generic campaigns to build out or create new, more granular campaigns. Those who remember the targeting type from the old interface, so if you were choosing the targeting, different targeting types, let's say placements and keywords, so you could choose the option and versus or. So if you would have and, then it would mean that it would just tell the system to try to find these both targeting types to just match. It would be that would be or, then either or one of these targeting types, if they match it, then the ad would show. So what happens in AdWords interface? So we would just suggest you to separate ad groups or select bid only targeting instead of target and bid, because the targeting within the same AdWords ad group has an and functionality. So therefore, adding interested keywords in the same ad group, actually it's not interest anymore, that would be topics and keywords in the same ad group. It would just mean that you're targeting users with travel interest and Paris in their inbox. So the latter will limit your audience and decrease the amount of traffic that you are receiving. Another thing, good to know about the targeting. So geographic and language targeting. So what can you do with the geographic targeting? We would suggest that if you know from other online campaigns that consumers in a specific area are most likely to convert. Maybe it's easier and like more useful if your product and service is only available in a limited area, maybe like in a range within a city. So maybe it's in Tallinn or just in Riga or Vilnius. And the language targeting, it's based on the user selected Gmail interface language. So also the best practice is to choose the language of the creative and the language of the email, so that's the same. And Gmail can only target one language at the time. So as I mentioned before, you will have to ensure that your targeting matches your creative, and you would have different language per campaign. Good idea is to use the display campaign optimizer. Most of the agencies have already tried it out, but why are we suggesting it for Gmail sponsor promotions? It's actually a very good way to expand your reach, just adding keywords, topics, and you can enable it, and only if you're targeting, choosing the targeting type in addition to your Google Mail placement. So if you will have only Google Mail placement, it's not going to work. So you would have to have a more targeting as keywords or topics. And it would work the best if you're enabling it by choosing the aggressive targeting. Another thing to use is a conversion optimizer. So that would be mostly useful for the advertisers who have their conversion tracking enabled in their AdWords. And they're actually tracking these sales or leads or registrations. And it's a great way to expand reach while maintaining the performance. Of course, you have to obtain the critical mass. So usually you have these 30 conversions. I mean, we have seen the critical mass would be like between 20 and 40 conversions per month. And yeah, so in this way, the target CPA will help manage costs towards what has been set as your ultimate goal. And then, as Indra already mentioned, the reviewing performance is a very important thing, and you can enable the columns in your AdWords interface, which would show you these metrics. But you can, we would suggest not only concentrating on clicks on your teaser ads, but you could draw some useful conclusions for your business when you're concentrating on GSP specific reporting metrics like saves and forwards. So you have just a reminder that you're only charged per click on the teaser. So when there's a click actually which goes from your extended ad to the advertiser's website, you're not charged for it anymore. And then also, like for the saves and forwards, just apply the same. So you're just getting additional information that you can use for your further marketing. And it's very important to look at the reports and try to translate them into optimization opportunities. So you can increase the overall traffic. So to increase the overall traffic, you should think about ways to expand targeting. Look at what criteria is performing best and how you can reach similar users through new or complementary targeting. So you could also check out the display planner for some inspiration. If you want to lower the CPA, so cost per acquisition, it's useful to see what type of conversions are most popular, and you can adjust your creative to drive more of this activity if possible. So you could also disable targeting for poorly performing criteria and enable the conversion optimizer that I just mentioned. Also, you can increase the external CTR. So if you're getting a high volume of teaser click traffic, but users are not clicking through to an external site, which is quite common thing that we have observed, or if the user is not converting in ad, then it's likely means that your teaser ad is not descriptive enough. So it's really a good idea to experiment with your creatives and then try to make them more appealing with different call to actions, and try to adjust language so it's more clear what the creative is offering. Ensure this call to action is also clear. So in this way, it's bigger opportunity to increase your external CTR. So if you have any questions about more suggestions or about a specific case you may encounter, you could just reach out to our specialist team, and we're going to be very happy to discuss this with you.
Mm-hmm. And now we're moving on to a few things that are really good to know. So for example, Gmail is really sensitive product. Therefore, if you're planning to advertise, be sure to be compliant with AdWords policies as well as specifically compliant with Gmail policies as well. Speaking of which, we got a few clients that wanted to advertise. However, they would fall under these specific categories that are not allowed to advertise on Gmail. So one of them could be health conditions, mentioning any medical or therapeutical value or targeting users that have health-related issues. Second one would be relationship. Um, so improving your marriage life or something related to dating. This was completely not allowed to advertise on Gmail. Another one would be, for example, related to sensitive topics such as funerals or criminal law or anything related to finances and negative financial status. So anything that is related to get rich quick or financial hardship. Basically, every sensitive topic that falls under the non-AdWords compliant policies.
Yeah, and one comment on this, you have to double check that these advertisers that you would want to offer these Gmail ads, they comply with AdWords general policies as well. So AdWords general policies plus Gmail policies. So that's a little bit more information than usual.
Yeah, so in case you're having any doubts, it's a good idea to always reach out to our teams to double check if this would be client that is eligible to advertise for a Gmail channel. Then moving on, we get this question quite a lot, would be how many spots are there in the promotion step? So there are actually 2 spots that are above the messages, as well as 1 spot on the mobile devices. So generally, the ads are showing on mobile. However, this is also a better feature if you would like to have priority for mobile devices. It's always a good idea to reach out to our teams as well, because we are able to enable this feature for you to have a priority for mobile. So in case you're interested in showing on mobile devices more frequently, reach out to us. And next, this is the topic that I already covered. So yes, they are working for mobile. However, if you would like to have priority for mobile, please reach out to our teams. We will enable this feature for you guys. And when it comes to case studies, we selected 2 of them. So the first one is actually advertiser from India that is focusing on online retail. And basically what they did, they had a customizable HTML creative, which helped them achieve impressive results. And they were focusing on 2 special occasions. So they were using really the things that were happening in the world, such as the World Cup, as well as Valentine's Day. So they really took advantage of these 2 holidays, and they specifically focused on advertising during this period. They managed to achieve high influx of new users. So that was their goal, to actually untap the potential of the new users that were not their clients before. And they managed to do it through using the custom HTML example and choosing wise targeting. So really making it specific that helped them to reach out to the clients that were not their clients before. To summarize, I believe that retail clients are really good ones to actually try the Gmail sponsor promotions, because there is a template that is already pre-selected, so you would only have to insert specific products that you would like to focus on. You are also very welcome to use the HTML creative, which indeed gives you slightly more flexibility, a bit more formats and space for creativity. And the second case study we would like to share would be this advertiser that wanted to reach new customers as well. And one thing you would notice in their creative is also that they inserted the form, meaning that it was slightly a new type of format that was also made through custom HTML. And basically, they also chose very specific targeting, trying to attract users that were not their clients before. And it worked, and it helped them to lower the prices that they were using before for display campaigns, and indeed use the potential of Gmail sponsor promotions. So one thing that you're probably all thinking about, so how can we get this feature enabled in our accounts? And Lara will help you with that.
Yeah, so as we have already mentioned before, so this is a beta feature. It's still a beta feature, and we are trying to add new options for it. However, the advertisers have to reach out to our specialists and request it. So you can just contact us via AdWords support through your AdWords account. So on the right-hand side upper corner, you have the gear button. While clicking on it, you're going to get the menu, so you can select help and then choose email. So this is how you can contact us usually, and then you just reach out to us saying that you would be interested to enable the Gmail ads feature in your AdWords account. So why we're asking you to reach out to us before, because we're going to be sending you the beta agreement. So usually, I mean, we're not publishing it anywhere, so we would be usually sending it directly to you, and you will have to answer to it in the email saying that you agree to it by attaching the same agreement to the same email. So this is how we would know that you're referring to this beta agreement. In addition to that, while you're agreeing to this beta agreement, we will need the following information from your side. So probably just very good to know beforehand, so you can have it prepared. You can answer to us right away, and just to try to make this process faster and smoother. So you would need client name, of course you would need AdWords account ID, the country of the advertiser, so basically that would be the country the AdWords account is registered in. And we're looking for client vertical and client sub-vertical. So you can just mention the retail and clothing. Don't worry if you don't know more specifics. It's just for more information that our teams are gathering, and we want to see like whether this advertiser would comply with the policies. We would also need to know if this client is an existing GSP advertiser. So in the cases if this advertiser already had the separate Gmail sponsor promotions account before, you won't need to stay to agree to the same agreement. So because most probably this advertiser has agreed to that already before. So that's if they had already had the account, so this process is going to be like a tiny bit shorter. It's very important to answer the question if they comply with AdWords policies and of course Gmail policies as well. We would need a client website, products and services. So you don't have to tell us all the product and services, as probably it's not possible to name them, especially if you're a retail advertiser with product and services ranging from furniture to mobile phones. It's just like the general guidelines, so we would know like the area you're operating in. And as well, it's we would want to know the expected quarterly budget, because we're planning our operations on that as well. So to see how much advertisers are willing to invest in these campaigns. So once you have that information, you just send this over to us, and we are reaching out to the teams that are responsible for enabling these features in AdWords accounts. Usually it happens once a week. For now, it's I think it's like what, Friday? Yeah. So also it might not happen like if you're answering to us on Friday. It might not be enabled until next Friday, but usually it's within the limits of week. We get these requests very often, and the amounts of these requests are increasing. So we will really appreciate your patience in this, because this is getting a very popular feature. So if you have any questions, you can always call our AdWords online specialists. So for Latvia, Lithuania, and also soon we're going to have a special support in Estonia for Estonians as well. So we're doing everything to improve your experience with us. So if you have any questions right now, like you can post them under the events that are in our Baltics Partners community, or under this YouTube video. And me and Indra will make sure to check these questions out like within the next week, within a week. So like, we're going to be checking back and just posting back the answers there. Or you can just reach out to us with additional questions over the phone, and We just think that it's the easiest way and the fastest way to solve all the issues and problems. And yeah.
Yeah, so thank you for joining today's session. I hope it was useful and hopefully you learned something new. Reach out to us, do not hesitate. We're here to help. And we're really looking forward to receiving your messages and also building some local case studies for the Baltic markets.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Yes. So have a great day and see you soon.
Bye.